How do I stop the camera from moving constantly?
Just trying to focus. No ideas. Call RAZER. They can hear us, by the way. Call RAZER. Help, guys.
During kickoff, 11-12 during split one. I think we got a very honest response there by Adams in his rookie season as they occupy their AC. But then they go for a second and knock out Fnatic from EWC qualification, which is just awesome. Because Paper Rex came straight from London, straight from the very final of it. They haven't had as much time to prep for this event at all. With Sunset coming into the pool, I can, I promise you, they fully count the number of Sunset reps all over. Paper Rex with Pearl out of the pool. Everybody knows that. If this is I will say, in lower bracket, I'm not surprised to see him fall down to the lowers of the groups. They don't like to win clearly. Exactly. A little bit of adversity in the paperwork, so the lower bracket is exactly where they want to be. The question crazy 30,000 people. It's just pure value. Has to come and start learning in here. Like the toughest team in my before they burst. Look on that Neon and Dust9 on that Owen. Matt, I love this kid on the smoke roll. I think he's fantastic at it. They're doing such a good job on Sunset, especially with so screwy throughout his career. He's falling off and reverse the narrative. Yeah, against one of the toughest teams. Well, a cheeky map pick here by Casey, using the sunset against Paper Rex, and Adam Praxis comes straight up with one of the best he can steal back and dominance continued by Paper Rex, just a little bit of a stick down in the middle of the bracket. Puts it in the bottom to the Kings, and thank you very much. Here we go. Sunset.
I'm very sad. I was really hoping for a little bit more creativity with the saving used to see from them on this map. They're taking on a harbor or something. You and I were talking about different ideas, different possibilities on Sunset for this Paper X squad coming into this new meta, this new year, this new team. It's like crazy going. But the harbor is something that I thought on this map would be good. I didn't think Paper X was going to be what to debut.
Well, yeah, maybe Valorant and players that use very known to play that. But it's going to be Forsaken. Obviously, he has played in the past, only a couple of innings, and he hasn't for Jason yet. Fix there, but he needs to be able to punch you off the rims. Let's talk about it. He could have been protected a lot of the seats against you. Hit his stride again. And he hits a second kill pass for taking football and something into the hands of Karmine Corp.
Applause for Paper Rex. A bit of an exploration by Indy though. It's getting enemy lines. Just going to be a timing here.
It's Getsu watching for this guy. He's announced for the enemy staying alive. Down to 22 health. Something as well previously tagged. They're at 75. Round is used. It's not really going to be seeing much of anything here, so have to continue just scaling forward. Saturated to the corner. Nothing to be found. Both players of KC playing in Maine. Ready for the swing. The paranoia to fly. Does not connect. It's going to be outside with the sheriff to take down Envy now. Everything on something. And the time is finds the headshot. They know he doesn't have it. Held up the half.
Incredible work. I mean, a good read early from Paper Rex that there was going to want to be some kind of mid-exploration from the side of KC. Got the stacked numbers there, but Sugetsu, one of the players who devastated Paper Rex on that FPX team in Masters Copenhagen. Everybody's going to remember that breeze where he absolutely went crazy. He starts things off with a bang once again for Karmine Corp. Old rivals facing off. Karmine Corp. Full rifles here. A lot of people in back. Area, the only one that doesn't have is that rifle.
Wow. It's just a hell of a lot of gunfire. No bodies on the floor quite yet. Well, triple push to Paper Rex. We'll try to take this space. Wall's going to get raised. Back. Root that one here. Sugetsu will try to take them down. Some way to damage. Or to take it on Paper Rex's side. It's going to different ways.
I mean, Paper Rex is being very aggressive on the map. But again, I don't think he's ready. He's done it by Sugetsu. Taking it under pressure.
Yeah, I will get that. Near side and out, one fast enough. We're looking along the right side now. Three remaining players are trying to put a dent in. At least 2 kills to really start getting any significant damage to the economy of KC. Push in. Just take down this thing up and keep a hold of his own paranoia as well. Going for the assistant boss 9 in the find device. It's a flawless anti-eco for KC to start things off 2-0.
Yeah, this is huge for KC. And they invested a ton into that round. I mean, there was a Bulldog, there was a Phantom, there was a Guardian, there was another rifle in the mix. Can't remember exactly which one. It might have been either Guardian or a Bulldog, but regardless, you carry that all over, and Paper Rex did grab a few pistol bites into that, so that Marshall won't be a one-tap, but still scary, man.
Oh, I love that right there.
Paper Rex didn't find any value. Usually, if they're grabbing those sheriffs, they're going to find at least a kill or two to do any damage. That's a very, some kind of push out for Rex. A little bit of contact, clears it, sees it, maybe catch it, trying to lurk around, but it's not going to be the case. AC now just laying out their plans for this be executed, which is relatively wide open. Forsaken tries to delay it. With the rifle, just take one down.
Dead on the entry. Ducks back, sees it to be avoided. Smoke's not going to be set up since it's just going to be a matter of time. There you go. Forward tries to go for a time spray. Will be avoided. So the drone. He is a little bit here. It's taking them to 100 some pressure. Something's going to find that kill in the line. Takes it from Stein as well. It's there at the bottom of mid. It's just that it's with an opportunity to find some more damage. Something is at 10 HP. Oh! Forsaken here.
That's exactly what they needed. They're giving up a really clean anti-eco to KC. You can see some of the early ideas for Paper Rex. Stack up, be aggressive early. They're always pushing the map somewhere so far. There's always somebody they're going out there, they're going through it quickly. I like the backup plans they had on that previous round. 3 push out A, half the harbor at B, over watching mid. They can use that wall to stall things out of it. Forsaken gets that big first kill, but Derek will be upgraded to the operator. Under that chamber. For that first kill, it's attacked.
Rather than against them. Just a lot of people around the same before the rain. The reach out on herself back up to 25 on that front, otherwise it could be even with an opportunity to nail this. The difference there with the collapse, but he cannot.
Gary does a good job there, making sure the chain can't scale forward off the base. So Paper Rex being able to push forward through B. The trip is there from narrative. Something in check. That does create an extra angle here because they're able to get through market. Seems like they might. Depends on what the buy wants to do.
Heard that Prowler on the top of the door. He shifts the sights back over. Peeking towards his top mid position. The operator is able to take him down. These two players still very low. It's a very real opportunity for Casey to still make go this in a 2v3. He holding close. Just the one shot dart. As far as the kid is concerned, looks like he wants to maybe just try to swing out of this one on climbing. He's patiently tossing off.
Nice! Oh, he's alive!
Get some more damage in. Something, however, is out for
They don't read that. After they killed the buy, it's pretty wide open back there. They send the 2 towards A and read that nicely. I think because they feel like, okay, we've got something on the other side. Let's stick with our 2 setup. Rely on him. Still got full health. Beat up. Yes, correctly. And that's going to be the operator into something's pause. Here's some noise.
Nice!
Shot. All right, we're going to be dispatched. We're not going to be sent to the back of the side. This is lucky. Slammed it over the base of the KC. Dawson had a red turn.
Oh!
Little scale.
Nice!
Who gets the scope through? As the spike straight over toward the defender's side. From not too far away from the other safety eyes on the angle. On his rear. That's the alert here that Paper Rex needed.
That's kind of unfortunate for Robbins. He kicking himself in the bottom review on that one.
No way to know. They're in the moment. Spike is going to be recovered off as she flipped over on the side.
Nice.
Striking. Arriving on the scene.
Oh!
Finally operated carried over. Paper Rex now by themselves in the lead.
That's so much of this round is coming down to who's going to kind of outguess who and where they maneuver to on the map. It's getting very chaotic. Everybody's just trying to kind of find that extra space, find that extra angle. I mean, first it's DOS9, he gets shut down, then it's Abbas, who eventually finds one for a re-wrap from an elbow, and it's a little bit all over the place right now. It feels like a ton of Paper Rex. Same for KC.
Their stopper going to be sent off the red. Even though it's a short hop, the Hunters here have looking to have him down, has it low, having the kill. That's two of the guys off the red. The Rex get themselves into a decent enough position, but just the one player committing the ultimate to try to have that operator on left. Everybody else still going to be having armor as well as Vandal, so 45 still possible for KC. Something. Scattered out by the crowd for the little exit, people passes out towards safety. Well, Jay pushing forward, he's not going to press the issue. With the line in there, that's not quite going to be able to get the catch on the buy through that market doors. It does get slammed shut.
Yeah, that's why they're going to slide something up the top. They didn't watch that. Case got a pretty good read now. This round is going to look. A lot of their bases covered.
A little bit of a delayed reaction there. Able to find a kill. Just outside me. Able to find a kill. Now they hear the sprint coming their way. Something. Opens to be back as well. I'm going to try to utilize this as long. So I might as well go for it. They go pushing into this angle. They are sprinting. He's going to be able to have the read here. Slow things down. Leather should absolutely be favored. Holding on this corner. Really trying to break that in. A little bit of eye taken down. Envy now trying to clutch it, but after the with them covered up. Will have his number 3 to tie things up.
Well, this is just a great late round call from KC. They realized that the B site is a little bit overstacked. That Neon, it was something to fix. A good early set piece from Paper X, using that showstopper to reveal the position of the chamber. They know where that rendezvous is going to be set up, so then they follow up immediately with that Hunter's Fury. But KC better just when it mattered most at the end of the round. What looked like a good start for Paper X and maybe themselves pretty far ahead.
Oh
my God.
Right into this Nimby, lucky. Able to strip back away from that one. And he committed into the drones. With diving. He did have something there for the cover and fire. So manages to find the punish. Paper X in the round and 5. Looks down upon that. Lucky gets taken down outside market. DC still quickly trying to scale forward into the B side. They can still situate it. Just keeping back, watching that main angle.
KC knows that if they just play really patiently, catch somebody from Paper X making a mistake. Even though it does get the reconfirm, still in market.
Now the door to be shot. The swing they come. Cross 9. Spike down on the floor. They're right. We'll be able to buy another offer when we're into the next round, but no likelihood we'll have to just try to save this one. So we'll pass another weapon over to his teammates.
Yeah. It should just be round over. But some good little adjustments here. From Paper X, an extra layer to help out Envy over there on A. That first kill, that could have been a real problem. But again, we're starting to get a feel for the tempo and the pace of Paper X. I like that they match the pause. You know, they don't try to get over aggressive. They're not trying to push a bunch of space. You know, when Casey is kind of playing just a little bit of real estate of their own, they just hold the line. From top mid there, make sure that it is. It could be Neon or whatever, but he's going to be able to get that kill a little bit easier from that position.
Back in. We'll lead by 1. Obviously, that key weapon that you really want to be careful over the number. Still the hands here up to the right. As mentioned, for a draw. Pass it up and over one of his teammates. Leather does have that overdrive back of the Stinger as well. So we'll be seeing a bit of a pace here hitting your point KC. For now, on the 1, but look at the triple scale forward coming in. Look at trying to set up with that. Have an absolutely gorgeous spot read.
Incredible. You see that it's spread so nicely in the timing.
Oh my God.
My goodness.
Paper X is something that I'm very strong understanding of how you want to pilot your attacker side. Just because it has popped the brakes a little bit and there's that extra crossing for the players to kind of use them.
It's really nice for Paper X to get Jake going here. He really struggled in their first match against NRG. You know, something that we haven't seen too much from him since stage 1, since London. He was incredible. We talked about his raises, best raise in the world. They lost both race matches, you know, against NRG, and that's tough when you put so many of your chips into that basket. You know, he's so good at times. If they get him fired up as well, something already very much clicking on the way, like that other duelist role, this should be pretty easy study for Paper X.
Yeah, and a lot of times we don't see too often from something. Obviously, he's got plenty of experience playing the way as well at this point.
Yeah.
He's a main duelist was selection when Corp was in the map pool. See plenty of that. Goes back over to it here on Sunset. I was curious what Rex were kind of gonna, look to slot in with these roles because you know what, they're not going to be leaning back into the Euro. You're still not likely to find the same value, even if it is something. Map is just a little bit bigger compared to something like a set where he does play it. That's right out. We'll just quickly make an exit change as well. Liner once again scale aggressively down into mid. Does have to back away. Elvis has established a very deep pit, completely containing the main.
Paper X is expecting this to be an attempt to clear Device pit, so they've reinforced it with an extra player.
They might have to give that a reconsideration. A little late shot though. That allows to find elimination. Puts him down to 5 HP. That's going to have all of Casey now starting to get clustered up on the 80 side of the map.
It's going to dodge that draw. There could be an awareness in the back of Vinny's mind that that's possible. Things are both the other one.
Reading the angles. Forsaken now, trying to assess construction. What's going to be coming from this? It's not that reckoning, but still this approach. Somebody going to take to lay in the back. Forsaken now. Once he does. Simplifying. Union, after all. Nice. So going to finish the job that he had started to move on elimination. Forsaken at the same time. Their own hit now placed, getting out towards the back of the side as well as forming Silver Valley. You see the city with 3v3, now decently big, close out around. Oh my God. Do they realize each other they stand in the middle? It's a little wide out there, cheap spot out there. Down around the corner, out towards safety, and by out. Arriving, Karmine will place cleans up Jake, gets it back into a 2v2 the time, starting to bleed out. And gets a full win for KC.
Well, this is a delayed action from KC here. Narrate able to get a big win against Indy at top mid. That starts making it really difficult for Paper Rex to have info on what's going on around the map. So then, Forsaken and something left to their own devices to try to lock this out. The pin almost doesn't work for KC. But Levin has another brilliant round. It's like we saw earlier, 10 kills for the Neon.
There's going to be something taken down. It's a win on the angle. It's a big early punish. He's around the battle with Paul for second half and back out of the way. He's a little bit right for the corner. The arm and the right will be applied with a head hunter. And the Eagles are starting to come off. Paper Rex, they were cruising, they were looking steady. These last 2 rounds, now, they look shaken. Operator not to be recovered. Jake just to play back, maybe try to find some kind of exits, but KC can just fan out over towards the defender side and keep all 5 players alive.
This time I wonder if maybe that push from something was ahead of the dart, or the dart landed just a little late. Feels like a little bit of a timing thing there. Gave KC an opportunity to get that win and get out before the rest of Paper Rex could do anything about it. Regardless, good awareness from the rate to be leading the charge with that operator like that, not an easy task. He's able to shut down something who's having a really solid match so far.
I think it's time for a timeout on the Paper. Just misjudging where they had planted the spike, where it was going to be safe, but obviously
Why not?
we'll just leave it. It's going to push them lower and lower as the cash is concerned. And can be broken after this round. Only going to find a way.
KC's adjustment here in macro saying we've had a couple of rides that hey, it's been successful for us. Let's try something a little bit different. Rex initially was trying to make sure that 3 in a row won't be what they get just from that A side initially. Something it's identified crossing there, that rate on the divide. We'll see a lot.
There it does. Rizzo can be sent out, spaced out, getting taken. Karmine does not connect on to the divide.
It's okay, it's okay.
Now on he's also first shot down to player bands. Down to 5 HP. Will also fall, and that was just forsaken. The world away, the shot's not connecting. Try to hold on to this weapon. The KC, total running, but they have so much money. They absolutely try to hound him down. Again. Let himself in a mid. The second won't be able to get it out. We're 5 elimination, putting 1 away from the back balls. KC now get up to 6.
And again, it's using some of that conditioning from the last couple rounds. This is a great read by Azaz. Let's say gone A twice, have been successful. They're probably going to overstack that side. Let's go the other way. All right, only good for 1. The trade's nice, and then the rate really sharp again with the operator. So just able to get rid of those post plants comfortably, hold those angles. Paper X never getting much done, so gets his lurk as well. Really impactful there.
Just go ahead, force back the right, far enough to get the showstopper online.
Taking, use that one way to get himself in position. That showstopper will be in the back of Casey's minds, where they have retreated. For now, look at this tech.
Nice, and push it away again. After final success. To the spike, still right. So we go rally out of the back. Again, see what we go on this push. Again, just make the next let's see. Well suited to make this a 7-5 half.
Just narrow. He's able to get that spike up. So it's going to be all the more difficult because Jay wanted to try to catch him in the rear.
Here you pin down and see we'll have that elimination now to buy 1v2 time working against them. Not quite on the right angle. So kills the crowd.
Starting to get a good macro read. Able to kind of weather some of Paper X's aggressive maneuvers. Able to get some big shots when they needed balls. Started in the pit, started with Sugetsu. Bandit shooting there, or something. Able to find all the kills, wasn't able to find the round from there. Saw some good stuff from Levin in a couple of the rounds. He had a really impactful performance on the Neon. Paper X's lines in a couple moments where he's able to rush forward, get past the op, get past their guns a bit. Derry, that one rolled on. He got more and more comfortable with that operator. Really started to lock the players out.
And then they locked something out. Being able to find an operator again?
Yeah.
He's never been able to get that money rolling back from there, able to take it out of his hands, never get over to the next round because it was that 4 rounds in a row that were collected by KC to close this out. So,
I mean, I think something went kill us like 4 in those 4 rounds in a row, or maybe got 1 in there, but it wasn't many. Because he was at 12 for a long time during that half. He got up to 12-6, and then I think he found another one after that.
he was doing a lot of the early lifting of that all the people actually dropping this beginning. A lot to be a little concerned about here. People actually doing the right side. The fine from the other side, going to be terrible. Obviously, he's already going to be running that double duelist, now shifting over to the attack. But if this doesn't have bangs, in case he won another pistol, looking pretty well suited, collect the win on this opening map.
Yeah, I mean, I think you would feel like there's a shot here for Paper X for sure, but again, how much practice that they have on this map with this new comp, how well filled is this going to be? Sometimes that can kind of work for you because you're kind of figuring it out on the fly, which means your opponent's going to have a tough time. Maybe reading exactly what you're trying to accomplish with some of your background and those kind of things, but usually it's going to be the more prepared team, the team that has the better protocols that comes through. Okay, 2 sheriffs goes for something. We're just going to stick with the last armor, change with the frenzy. But he also have a KC bandit for Sugetsu again. Sheriff for 11.
They're starting to get closer to mid again. And there being a very big fight here. The shots that go out, the Rex starting to lean towards the zigzag match. We'll players nearby enough. And it's 11 going to go repositioning. Around over into alley. And he's got a shot. Something. Nothing bringing us back to parity. We're in the corner. Navas stays first shot for more than head out to the corner 8. Blue lead still be deadly. We want to try to re-clear this and pivot. 30 seconds though. Have to start sprinting pretty damn soon. Just forward check. And then tuck back over to A.
I think they'd like to try to isolate the area. Take him down. There's no really chance. Suspecting that all the way over towards B. Now he's going to know the couch is running too low.
I think we need to get something to be an alley. We're going to be going for the plan that is safe from this position. The sidelines to number 5 by Ivan. That's the ball. Looking for that
Yeah, again, it's just so slow here off the rip from Paper Rex that Casey had tons of time to get their pieces into place. Paper Rex is there to go time is working against them, and that allows them to get to reposition. What happened there? Something just stuck out there. Maybe some from KC. C's or something like that. Players from Paper X caught up. Yeah. A couple bandits and a sheriff this time. Oh my gosh. 11. It's a few players. Goes for some sprays here. We're going to be cheap. It takes any damage. Paper Rex there. Not too shabby. Oh, something drifting back. This is that refract. To get a little bit info about what's going on the B site. I don't think the challenge, maybe they were part of the map. Prowler here. It's confirmed.
Still on the front of the market splits. Cross not able to offer front of the damage and still suffers on the lock in time. 4 HP remaining on this element. They're going for the full push up now. Smoking out through that stinger. Ready to correct them paranoid as well.
how they would react to as KC out of there. He's stuck in that position, everybody's swimming together outside of the harbor scope. Just a great moment there for paper back. KC has to be kicking themselves. Have a great opportunity to maybe put this map.
Pendulum swings. Here we go. 15 to 50. Thomas can find it. Yes, it absolutely can happen. Something else. You guys see it. And what a reply. Casey. Looking to get themselves up to 9. The players down to 30 health. The weapons not been recollected here. Last time it's going to be eating that stun. That's exactly where Forsaken is. Chalk Dart, we are heavily convinced about this, and yeah, they've got him down one. Just the rate. Will be two a Bulldog at hand. 5 bullets and a Headhunter. But this is one of the most Paper X rounds. The last two, I think, is a very good TLDR for this team.
That is an interesting smoke that's out there for a second.
We'll just have to make it walk through, walk out of it. The shots. Great. Paper X now one away from tying it up.
It is so amazing to me sometimes when players just read the situation so well. They throw the harbor blind in there. Doss 9 doesn't move a muscle, doesn't make any noise.
And now he's there.
Yeah, and it's down there. And then not only does he get that, he predicts that he's going to lead when he does. I mean, crazy good stuff. Forsaken as well, brilliantly played there individually. That 3K, absolutely difference maker. That's going to keep things very much alive here for Paper X. A little bit of that operator as well. Let's see if he can match a little bit of what Derek was showing us with the chamber over on the other side. Doesn't have the funds to get into it yet himself.
One away from the showstopper is Jake. Taking this contact by the top mark and will get overwhelmed, so gets to the one to collect it. So he's taking down, but he's spotted, just trying to set up this wall as they go for a faster hit on the A side. Can he slow down? Big mark on the one side, Boombox still having to clear through alley. Jake is going to go up and over. It's going to be slowed, nothing to be spotted. Long reveal, so they know exactly where the rocket would be coming from. He's just going to test it. With no one will receive it, no sign, still going to get caught. Now still isolated here. Behind the box, on side. As it outdoes for the next percent. Lost the attention, Indy collects it. A third kill for him. And now it's just Sugetsu. Having to backpedal, having to run away to save this weapon. The op will be carried over. Paper X will tie it up 8 to 8.
Indy. That's definitely a Indy round. No doubt about it. Getting that first kill up on the player on the box at backside. That was really instrumental. Making sure legs to it after that. It felt like KC just was trying to individually make a play here and there to cut things down, and Paper X holding the line quite nice. And it's not what I can do there. That's a really tricky spot to be in. Maybe if he kind of held that angle just a half second longer initially when he was looking through the market door, he might have gotten one, but tough spot to be in. A good read by KC initially there to get that man advantage. But further as that one went on, Paper X individually took the round over. Move up to make sure that they didn't get more in the whole way.
A death squad. Fadeaway shot there from Levin. He must go in for a little bit more. 2 bullets are ready to get his. previous was down at the bottom of the standings and now is right up towards the top. Nothing more for her to do.
Especially when you get to he's nearly to another shortstop.
It's 3 away. That's why he's the most critical. Now looking for this chamber. It's thinking not to fall off as well. In the end, it doesn't seem likely that they will be able to find themselves back into a one-round lead.
Get to potentially chance.
On, so 5 seconds remaining. That's a good all the way from the tour de force for himself. He likes pretty much by the going so far on this attacking side.
It's a good opportunity to both teams are going to be having some big all-stars. We have the night goal plus Levin's overdrive. So certainly, Sykes wants to talk about this a little bit. Make sure that they get some value here. Since they're putting around in this match. Now in this one, that's going to see the right next match. Have a really good chance. Keeping it close. This one, like to lose the money and just wasting one cycle. It's really getting scary after that.
I mean, I'm just moderately shocked that we haven't seen a call from Alex. Some of the just, wild things that we were done that cost the round, particularly in that first half. And he's decided to just keep the table for now. Holds both timeouts in his back pocket and pull down from that.
Be a little turkey strategy.
Well, we're not going to the scenes, but I've something passed into the box hands. It looks like something that we're going to be needing for the answer.
Yeah, I like this guy. Usually really sturdy on this map with the operator.
And so it's going to be a very quick hit to reckoning out. Now that's just there behind this wall. Levin's going to be punished. Jay is going to find that tail. Up to Fury going to be set through as well. He's going to be able to take that out. Right, going to peek in towards Talios. It's just the one kill, but has to try to escape. All the players on KC split worlds apart. Kensu just watching here for the market provide. Really good timing. Taking down the drone to be sent toward trying to find the enemy Viper. On timing of his own. He collects now. Starting to steady this lead.
Okay. Timeout doesn't really come to fruition here for KC. Still quite have the right answers to that initial ult over at A, and we pivot from Paper X when they realize that's a little bit too congested over on that side of the map, and they make a nice move and provide Johnny on the spot with that operator. Gonna have it for this round. Good news here is KC. At the 2 and 4, it's got a half line. In terms of armor, it's got a full line of weapons. So you can still bring a lot of weaponry to bear.
Drone set, walls up, showstoppers out, Paper X for a very pacey hit. As Ray able to escape the showstopper. Again, not going to be able to collect any eliminations. Saturday, however, keeps maintaining into the corner now. Pittsburgh being best as well. So they will find the first is Levin will. Up close and personal, quick scopes in, finds something for an elimination. Still have to find their way forward into this pit. In case he just don't have the right tools to try to breach this position. They're going to have to replace it. Once you before the spin out through the rate fishing line, then you can get sliding down without all the enemy. TV4 quick to cancel by now for the race. And even with the pit,
Paper X kind of an unexpected aggressive moment there where they're, pitting back. You've got the overdrive flying at you, you get nailed by the paranoia with a bunch of your players, and you're able to trade. Most teams would take a pause there. Paper X is like, no, we're going to try. They see very ready for that new aggression go. That's 9.
To get some stuff out to make his way from that inside the map. Working through market, no likelihood. We will be watching the ring for now. No shocks, no Hunter's Fury. It was very much relying on that dynamic duo Forsaken and Jake to try to hold this line. Knock down from the ring, swing the core of the gun barrel.
That's a big one. We go again. Time to light.
Well, again, trying to find that question here. And this time we will be able to skirt away unscathed. Sugetsu now, enough time has passed, invests the pit. It's only on the alley side. Still plenty of sight opened up, but obviously Trademark in position to alert. We've got 3 players out. We need to try to recollapse and reflood.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of pressure on the Forsaken potentially here. Do anything too crazy. Other wall gets later. Who's lingering in the back there? Moving forward to group up. I think the timing on this is.
This is Watchparty's wing that raises him down over the top of the pushing forward, able to find that kill. Ready back, Forsaken now will fall. And getting slotted in, Divide contemplating in, beat them forward, meanwhile something. So the 3v3 is a 1v3 is Levin. Quickly cleans up 2 kills, Jig now, isolated. Taking him down to the field to come through with Casey. Not done with his
They're just fast enough to the punch. Forsaken gets in that position where he's trying to hold that flank angle, but there are 3 players there. The crosshair is just a little bit off. That crosshair lays left and something dealt with by the recon, and then there's some punch back from Paper X. Levin again. He strikes when they need it. He's up to 18 on that. They're up to 17. Alex has said, okay, all right. Maybe now. Get in here.
That's right.
An easy round that Paper X and again, I just see the first game of the pistol loss. Not really that easy.
Yeah. Well, and I like some of the stuff that we've been seeing with Casey eventually posted last time out. We're going to really contested that game to make sure that Jake can't be funding these showstoppers that are going to round. They have to be a little bit more aggressive. They have to keep that Paper Rex pulled them out. He said that off their game. So we've seen with them take a couple rounds in a row that they've set that knee on board and clean that space. At least check the Paper Rex for it. Make them reconsider. There's been so quick to get back in position. So much of what Casey's able to do here on Sunset blows through Levin. The response. A little bit of aggression now from Paper Rex to take some space in the row.
So you can make noise, Levin hearing all of this, begging for him to come peeking.
Tig was just trying to bait from top mid.
Give him that chance, meanwhile. Something on that kill. Something taken down, meanwhile. Lost 9. Cleans it up. Now it's 3v5. I'm saying still convinced that Levin has the position. He would be right for that. He's back to the line, trying to give him a chance. They're scratching their heads, wondering where the hell is going to be the best place to try to take this fight. Rough timing there. Sugetsu able to find it now. Another 2v4 would be necessary for Paper Rex to try to take this up to map point.
That was really nice timing from KC. They knew exactly how long it would take him.
Looking for a chin. A little bit lower, 30 HP.
Suffering a bit. So this next round, so important here in this battle. Yeah, enough, but over the line, could have had the knockout blow. Levin there. Pretty nice. This nobody of Paper Rex really reading the map right now with these multi-game pushes. Isolated players getting caught. You see really making some nice reads. It's got a ton of energy back into them. You have that nice ball there. One away from the Hunter's Fury, 4 Envy. It's going to be the closest off for Paper Rex in this cycle.
That's just going to go back your way. Bill is 3-player lead. He's taking with the spike. So at the moment, looking for this lead. It's a little antsy. He took those shots. This is exit with the rendezvous.
I'm going to be put into a tough position. Let's see if we can get this execute to go, clear the drone. You know Eric's back there.
Dash forward into the cover of the market and set up some shots out there. Warning Levin, rerouting him as Hunter's Fury through. Look at the tag on one, but cannot find that elimination in the end. Nightfall now going to be going on to get some quickly. Scales on the Ibis. All of the still here, Marcus. He'll find the first. As he gets taken down.
Something tough in the market. He strikes it. There's so much attention on site behind that nightfall from KC. They just kind of any issue there? Getsu. He had a quick issue with the headset.
Nothing to get them checked out. The nightfall effect. Death play. Now, to get this rectified quickly, KC is coming over time. So, very extended one, I believe, over strain between vitality. Actually, no,
I think it's not staying. I have no idea.
Looks like energy doing pretty decent. That was a 16-14 upset.
Wow.
They got too tight. teams there on that stage. So it'd be unexpected.
That might be going to be a long series. They said that's a really nice round. Really instrumental here, keeping KC flowing. Paper X has had kind of a little bit of everything from everyone. See big multi-kill rounds from literally all 5 of those players. In the pink and blue and purple. But hopefully this one doesn't take too long. I think they're just going to try swapping his device there. The sound issue taken care of.
All that good stuff.
The plastic. This is.
That's good. I mean, and that's already gone away from back in the things, Aldridge games. They got the Karmine bell on a little bit. Got through the bus. Now we're at the point where physical media is
I'm just saying, I said what?
like an archive of all games, you know, stick back in the States.
Yeah, but they're at my friend's house. Yeah, I have them. So a bunch of PS1 games.
Genesis.
I saw original. Yeah.
It's not a 2652 one.
Oh, really?
I'll have one of those. A couple different games.
That is even older than I am.
That's my podcast. I'm not that old.
Well, when I was a kid, I had 2 Nintendos because I took when I was like 7. I took the first one apart because I wanted to see how it worked, and then I thought I could put it back together because I got 7 and it's stupid.
Yeah. And nothing's really changed over the
Still 7 years old.
34 years. Still stupid. Maybe a little bit larger. But it looks like we're ready to go back into the action here. So with us yapping about yesterday. See if KC can try to take this one overtime. Probably clear the spam and connect something. We're down to 76 health.
He gets a showstopper for taking one away from the reckoning. He didn't quite clean that over himself on the other side. So they want to give him the spike plant or what? Throw it at the wall. Drone going to lead the way. Not much resistance.
Showstopper. Step. Hawk. Oh, look at the reveal. What's the middle of the showstopper going to be coming from? So he's going to put damage down to the count. Just out of range of that. But they're going to try to fight this one forward. It looks like they're going to get a nice. This is trying to be past that. I don't anticipate this. Forever that I ever think of And now we are ready to go to Flasher as Paper X try to keep themselves alive here at EWC 2026. Karmine Corp, the ones on the chopping block, need to be able to put this around with this if they want. He's holding front off. The front block is around. But they'll have to give the players a break and passing back over the Atlas as so many chances for overtime, and it is the takeover by KC as Paper X shut the door on the comeback by KC.
It was a valiant attempt by the Blue Wall, but they fall short on their map pick of Sunset, and I think that's going to spell very different future. Man, 13 to 11, they try to pull up the Sunset, knowing that Paper Rex since being at Mass's level, and just does not work out. Plays come alive, just a bit too much for KC.
Especially on that second round, Jim was absolutely amazing. It's a decided KC. So many good things that we spoke about that match. Find out where it was going to, how he actually has to work around the forsaking the end of the harbor, and all the conditioning that he was having. This cheese. But yeah, I just feel like the KC is always the same. Like they're so too close and all they are with these matches. You could see it on the cameras, but also feel like the way that they were like, nobody can see. Man, they were just to rest. They were really
in this first half for sure, yes, it was 7-5, they felt like they were really in their set pieces. That was where they were at their best down middle. Those aggressive W gaming plays are what they were known for. But I think they were struggling in a macro aspect. Then we move across onto that second part, the attacker side, is where they really begin to show their true form and line it up. Casey fall away a little bit there. They put in a good shift. 13 to 11 is very, very respectable against one of the top teams in the world, but they don't manage to convert, and that's your own map pick. So things are only going to get harder from here. But one thing that has happened a lot here in WC, you lose your map pick, you win on the other team's map pick. We've seen that happen a lot in the first.
way more than it should.
Yeah. But I think this one's a bit different with Sunset being out of the pool. And,
I mean, you can definitely tell that the Big Rex is still thinking about the way that Sunset was playing. I think that you can tell that Casey is way more intentional with their rifle balls and how they're moving around the map. There is some sort of level of preparation into here. I mean, it's not like Big Rex didn't know how to play this map. I think they're really on it. Davai also had a couple of rounds like this one, for example, in the Viper split that made absolutely no sense. So many of them, as we said, there is no margins. It was good to see, though, that Forsaken can bounce back from the performance that he had against NRG. He had a couple of matches that did not load.
Yeah, very much so. I think, when we talk about this Paper Rex team, we talk about how stacked it is across the board. It really does feel like on any given day, any one of them can win them games. So they don't always have to be at 100%. They're a roster that's talented enough where if one drops off, you know that there's star power elsewhere. But it does feel like they need everybody here in this tournament to start converting. They are in that lower bracket. It was a very, very close match against heavy underdogs.
Things are not going to get easy for the second round of Fracture, as Paper Thing was saying, and of course, if we know KC, it's not going to get easy. But I like also see 11, as I said before, coming in, go back to EMEA. He has the confidence that he needs to respect the culture and to last year, BBL ended up winning in a general, didn't know how to make it work, but he has so much strength that you cannot get it. And now, I think getting to that level is growing in here, you know?
Yeah, again, to review with Paper Rex, one of the best in the world doing. I think going back to your point of Paper Rex being more muted and stressed, I agree they were stressed, but even in the winning round, it was like, this is what we do, you know? We have to win these rounds because, aspirations are not just making our expectation is, let's celebrate that we won, but also we got the games inside. I know it's a short break, but after that, we have that number 2 on this matchup. Casey, this Paper Rex. Don't go anywhere. We'll see 2026.
I think they were giving like okay. You can like this See, they keep doing things.
What?
Oh, shit.
Yes. Okay. I think that is.
we were there. Every clip. Every respawn. We were there for the person who had the crowd having part of the publicity. But she basically just said like, make this mistake. Greatness deserves to stay. We'll never win.
I wasn't aware. Because they have a men's queue as well. Yeah. And I was like, they've been, because I'm one of the only impact ones I think in there. So she was asking me, they want more people. You're the opposite model, where we don't have enough EU people. And we just want EU. Yeah. So I told her like we could maybe switch and if you guys want to have any attendance as well, like we have loads. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. I mean, that's the trouble. Yeah. Active. Personally, I only have one American one, but even then I would need that one.
Hello everyone, welcome back to EWC 2026. Karmine is 1-0 paper Rex over KC. Some extravagance here by they're going to step up against the best.
Moving across the fracture, which is paper Rex's best off by far. That's not lying back to the Masters.
It was just like, I want everything, and then another two. It's very active when we start Shopify. And I got a lot of coaching from her boyfriend.
I think she might have been locked out. She didn't dare come inside. So at first she took the rubber towel. Yeah, she didn't come back in. I think she like she took the trash out
and they deserve it, honestly. They've earned it throughout the year, the reputation that they have. They decided to face
We don't like men.
Oh shit.
That's going to be tough to see. I'm in here with the team like Paper Rex, so creative in their setup. When I'm thinking about the tournament as a whole, really, I feel like these two teams are linked because KC was the one that knocked out the other German favorites, made it to the finals last year in humanity.
In fact, I cannot believe this is
I know. Paper Rex are going to knock out the team that knocked out that before you get
That's going to actually be shown. So it's not okay. No.
We see BBL lose that one week a lot. But they turn around and dominate. That's the thing about RAZER is who shows up in the sun. We can walk along what we want about how this looks like. They know that they're big underdogs in the city. They know that they're big underdogs on the sun.
Let's do that. Let's forget about what we saw on paper, right? What have we just seen today that would give us hope? You know, like for the start of papers, I think it's easy because it's papers, but as I said, it's good to see that Forsaken is back aboard, that everybody found their moments. If I'm just looking at the PC that I saw today, I saw a National 11 that are playing with off here. I saw an Abbas that is playing with also combining his brain with his front fight, and I can see the team is on fire. Because the movement and moves together. So that is the PC that I want to see.
Any stretch of imagination.
Yeah, we had the opportunity to listen to us earlier on that road to EWC video that we had. And he knows, he understands. We haven't played one of the worst times in my career early on in this year. But also giving himself grace as the IGL. And the IGL your way 13-11 against the Paper Rex squad feels like a all right, these are things that we can build upon. If it's just keeping track of that, making sure you're not trying to bring the whole map in one round. Just overcome it, take all the positive things, and throw that up against one of the best teams in the world.
I think especially the momentum from World Cup, when you look at the final in Masters London, like mine goes to that flying of Lotus, Lotus was 2-2, everything was level, but Paper Rex working themselves into the game. A lot of the game goes against them, the momentum goes against them, and they recover. From Casey to have a good chance here, I want to see them get that bonus, I want to see them get that bonus, and I want to see the slow ults come on like that.
I want to see the same communication as well that we were seeing, because every single time we had the leader hands on, we saw Alex yapping, his mind racing, everyone keeping 1,000% Yoshi as well. Against Reactor, the last time that we played, we had a terrible time, but today, things really feel different with this KC, and we're waiting so long to see this kind of thing.
And I will say, there's one guy on this team who knows how to beat Paper Rex. It's Doja, does now. Who's on Boot? They managed to take them down. He's been there, done that before. So he just has to use that one. Use what he's learned today.
And now is the player that I wanted to shout out here. 15-21 negative 8, plus these one goals to lose. He needs to step off. They're going to have the opportunity to start the upset right there. He comes back. And it's the last time before they get sent home. Despite being embarrassed.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. It was so sad to not see this team on stage and wanting to play. It would be such a huge buff for them. So I was saying this video, the team together is good. They're going to do the whole thing because they know everyone is rooting for them to do it. They have to do it. Such a tough opponent in paper. All that we've heard about it's true. Game and the live ties.
Yeah, of course, the pressure on the teams, like, little Paper Rex are always like usually so animated and having they really feel like, as I was saying, like, really good pressure almost losing against the team. The region of that, but they run in the sunset and whatnot, but the syndicate of Paper Rex have this week since it was yesterday, it's not Sunday. We have no idea what to do, what comp we're going to play, how we're going to structure it, I don't know.
It's about that famously very good on. So the fact it was close does provide the case, but I think you made an excellent point. Like, we have to judge the vibe of this beyond the They are the ultimate vibe team. They want to be in a high mood because in reality, the team really sucks.
Yeah, I just got told that we will be heading into Asian Select very soon, dealing with that audio issue that we heard earlier. A lot of Asian guys fighting back on in for this elimination match here in Group B. The winner of this will play the loser of our series over there with NRG versus Vitality, which has been a fantastic series.
Yeah, we definitely have to go and watch that one later. But of course, as you're saying, in that game, the victory will get you out of the groups. But if you lose, you're not going home just yet. Don't get me wrong, same fate as KC for the next team. If Paper Rex is able to win this second map as they would survive at least and fight for that last spot.
I think that's the scariest thing about these people. Let's say you're KC, you do the impossible. You pull this game back, you sweep Paper Rex, you're on flatline, and then you have to go against Net.
Definitely you're not alone.
That's what
That was very great. That was very great.
Because it's not in America, right?
That's true. That's true.
You can be in America.
Being Americans, yeah.
Be in America.
I'm happy in the NBA.
Are they going to be saying, they're going to wake up? That's my question. No, but I think the real thing is, even if KC managed to win this game, they're going to have to play one of Vitality.
The momentum that it has to give you to finally win against Paper Rex. We always say that the first time that you play against Paper Rex very difficult. Once after is not as shocking. This is like the third time that they play against each other. Last time it was last year in EWC as well, like 2025. And we're about to jump into Asian Select, if I'm not mistaken, here for fractions, not expected to see it as like coming in from the side of Paper Rex.
but for Paper Rex, they love this competition. I remember when I first saw this, when I shook my head, I rolled my eyes, and I said, how dare they be playing Dribble Initiator? How dare they be playing Hughes? But they really look better than any team against. On the side of Casey, you know, they have locked in that focus, Reddit has locked in that way. You're still going to see the final selection, but it's going to be very standard
Yeah, the only difference right there with what they have been playing now is moving to Tina and going on through that race. Ability with the data and the race is having actually great things from this team, especially with the Dallas This was the worst and it's Paper Rex. Wait, you're getting win because they're Paper Rex. No, because this is optimal.
Buster could be the best regional.
Very strong prediction here. Best race in the world after this fight. RT was already being eliminated from the tournament. Paper Rex, as they always do, qualify favorites for Pacific. They are one round ahead of doing it yet again and moving on to the next round. Karmine Corp tried to play in front of the fans. They got to get rid of the best teams in the world. It's not number 2. Let's send it back on over.
Thank you very much, here we go, Fraction. Much to Kabuka's chagrin, it has been a fantastic night for Paper Rex. Pump aside, still looking incredible, being attacked by atmosphere.
I mean, it's completely wrong. Wrong.
Alright, we'll get ready to go into this. Is the barriers are going to drop. The sheriff's in hand. The Lion, of course. With that here for himself. You see, first on this defense.
This is such a tough hill to climb here for KC, but if they can later, confidence this guy has. This is a map that Paper Rex rolled off once this year. That was in an overtime motion in week 1 of stage 1 in Pacific. It's a name that's undefeated, particularly since switching to this comp. Pretty strong. Area, maybe fault line has to get the heck out.
Nice. Away with 11 taken down, so second finds the opening kill. Maybe he tries to roll the board, and right now Paul as well as the buy on that push from Mains in the final elimination. Last time, tucked away. Three more just like that. His face dissipated. Because one side of Jen, he was tucked away on site. This should be unassailable for the Cypher. Paper Rex will take the opening pistol.
Just a nice little catch. That breach, I think value. Who thought? That was a nice job finding that early stun to set those 2 players scrambling from KC. 2 duelists trying to line up and match the initial hit out of Arcade. That allows them to get that spam through for Paper Rex. And then Forsaken, of course, DOS9 is right there and he just throws a flash and jumps through with the right clicks. He's going to keep a sheriff into this one. Something's going to have a Vandal, NBJ, Bulldogs, live with the Marshal. Just quick clear, and something already has to go.
And that push out dish can be punched. Divine. Oh, sees the shoulder. No, gets some back fight. So gets him enough. With around the corner, be able to take him down. Kill down, 11 out. Try his luck, but it's going to be shot in the mid-grip. Divine with the second, and now all your Paper Rex. Red, just go ahead and pilot what they assume is an empty site. It would be correct.
Gives them the ability to grab it on board here. So, do what you can. This avoids danger for now.
Right now coming through, this means that DOS9 in particular, in a bit of a strong position, try to knock down himself safe on the cross out. There's one combo to try to go away with his kill now.
Okay, smooth sailing for Paper Rex so far. Divide. Flynn Marshall, go to the sniper. Oh, he can scoop those up, no problem. Looks easy. So, not much left to say. Give over this bonus is KC.
It's a very strong bonus.
It is. They can end up to buy it for their rifle because he only got shared in the previous one. Certainly scary.
I think JJ's
We're going to be prioritizing early, trying to get Jane those showstoppers right here. Risky.
Oh my god, Eric.
Still going to situate there on that entry by James. Last man he's way forward into its cast. Taking it down to Getz. The final one. He's over on the side. One explosion to the three. All five players to lead very quickly.
That's a really nice one to get to. A little bit of help from some friends. The Paper Rex feels like they get that first kill, they get the trail going, what's going on site, they can make a move, but AC just battered in the hole. So, it's going to be a big one for KC. Keep that economy okay. Keep the guns. Paper Rex in a position where there's a little bit more pressure on them economically.
There you've got it. This girl tapped online nice and early. All the tower, no one in position, but also not to be isolated one second now. Nice. He spreads way over. No, decides to stay situated. Something similar with the attack after 16, and now with that Corp taking one by that arrow, that would be really taken down. Something on the back, now when he helped not from that underpass side. He's just engaging to put the way forward against the Ray on KC.
He's got the spike and he's thinking about changing the directions or a little bit of space. Risky.
That's a good kill. That would have makes it feel very doable, but he was all right, still can absolutely clutch this out. They're going to be working against it. Now numbers, now his health. Now he's going to try to shift things up, look for a reposition.
I'd be hoping that AC had gone to A.
Well, as he cannot to tie it up 2-2. Paper Rex. Finally getting a little way out now.
Yeah, I think as Paper Rex, you're going to have to talk a little bit about what's going on this B site. If you're going to keep trying to make some hits over this direction because the smokes are all over the place. And KC has been finding a really good timings around them to shut down the initial hit. So gets you so wily there, giving over that first blood. Allows that girl theft to come through, find the second as well. Making it a little too easy there. But credit to them, they're very well prepared how to layer those smokes. You've got the cipher, throw stopper. Should be avoided, and KC's done a great job of making sure that they at least don't really take damage to these.
Okay. Tuck back around the corner for a second. Dawside was starting to push that angle. Rewraps towards that left side. Meanwhile, approach now coming in. 3 players from Dish. Would be one defender here. Top of sight. At the after shot, trying to buy some time. Blaze Wall going to be situated for us a little bit further forward. Payshell's well trying to buy some space. From that sand side, into the final one. Dawside right, however, answering back in kind. You need 2 or 3, you 3. Nice! Will reestablish a 1-round lead.
There's some good understanding here of KC of how Paper Rex likes to set up his A post plans. You know, they know they're not going to prepare that corner, so they throw a little bit of utility in his direction, try to make him comfortable. And then they know they have to go because there's going to be 2 players over there. We'll take one through to buy. Right where he needs to be when he needs to be there. There's that lockdown in there, some rolling thunder, a couple off there. Raid DOS 9 at there. Let's see DOS 9 on the Bulldogs only. Fine starting in the window. AC. They can get this one. Get this other. Outside with
Maybe not quite hearing that first ball on the way. Something swings out into the open to his calf. Little strike. But on back now this round, the right back's going to be coming through the range line and find a target. Taking people at the down line, just right there behind. Give himself on the board long last. Goodbye now. Do this absolutely has him screwed. That was just a forsaken and envy in a 2v5. We're about to find out that there's so many angles they have to try to reclear. Well, they can even consider trying to make a go of this, but in all likelihood, this should just be a save.
Yeah, I mean, again, Casey understands the tendencies of Paper X and really beat them in punch.
Spotting each other out. They see the breach, and that means that all the other players now are taking that ball rates, they're taking down second, only behind the one before falling. He's having a look at the Prowler. Scouting his position, trying to run the forward. Finish the job. That stays alive. Casey by parity once again.
We might see a timeout. I would maybe consider one here as Alex. We want to talk a little bit about how to work the map a little bit more. I'd get a little bit more prepared because Casey's being pretty aggressive themselves. Exactly what you need to be doing on the fracture defender side. And they're throwing you a lot of different looks. This time they come from Seward unexpectedly. That just throws the round completely out of balance, and then Paper X knows that the Phoenix ult is coming, so they have to just take a pause. But that means that you get a free trade there because you identify Virginia's not Levin right there behind area. Absolutely. Talk this one over a little bit. You want to get a lot more rounds here on this attacker side for sure.
A couple rounds, we also have a lot of ultimates. It's 4 on 9 at the moment. Ready to go.
Yep.
I want to be seeing the players overcommitting those.
Curious what the buys here look like for Paper X. How much money was left? Memory fails me in that regard, but important round. Gonna set this off balance. I was gonna say I think they were pretty poor. It's just gonna be some sheriffs, the bandit, something. He has a classic Forsaken Woman. I think they really to buy up with just a guardian. So kind of brutal for Paper X because you would expect that you're going to lose this round 2 through small cycles, and then KC's going to be right back into theirs to match it.
Oh, well, the timing count. Just gets Cousin going toward that camp. Second between that corner, guarding again, and behind that elimination, but will try to slow down the rest of the players. Burn 80 to a crisp. So they got that Molly, gets that kill. The Rex will be given the sight for now. Well, divide. World away. Scoring in the B. But if he calls for the rotations, you still have Levin on this very deep angle. Outlaw on hand. It'd be good for it. Something got all the straight headshot. Will be confirmed. That's a spike down low. This is a very strange position for the Rex to be in.
This is going to be tough. Very, very difficult.
He's got to clear this angle. It's going to be live, walking in, first and foremost, outside, and behind that kill streak, repivoted, walking through sands, take the rope up the top. Even that, not necessarily favorite, will still be able to come away with that kill, but there is so much more to do. He's not left. 2 eliminations found. KC now up 4-3.
Well, I mean, what can you say? Casey's just really got good reads right now. Good flow for the map. Again, saw this on Sunset. They were able to start stringing rounds together on their defenders, and they were starting to make some good maneuvers to kind of counteract what Paper X wanted to do. Utility's been so good here. Last night he's been phenomenal. I think on the brim, he's not racking up a ton of kills. It's been really hard for Paper X to just get the gunfights cleanly that they want. 3 ults available. Concern for Paper X is there's 2 big ults of Levin Third and one.
First one's going to be sent through. But we're just going to be taken down. Outside punch. Snapping on for the headshot behind. Eliminated. She at the same time, easy to the next time there. She's got a 10, he's got 10. The right has him. Once again, this is 2v5. DC's having a chokehold on this defender's side so far. Looking to move up 5-3. Grabbing an orb, Forsaken. Grabbing a couple bullets between the eyes. The flawless here, the economy is already built up quite significantly for KC. Paper X's yet again. We're going to have players cash capped and hit 11. We'll make it a flawless.
Well, and this is just going from bad to worse for Paper X because you don't have a bye to come into this next round, and you're sitting through 3 really powerful ults again without getting any value out of them. They're just striking back, and KC just keep pushing every angle, and they're winning every fight.
Oh
yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
It felt inevitable, but it's still difficult to see here. Second and final time out for Paper X in our faction going to be spent just 9 rounds. Not even. 8 rounds of play. And I was very much not happy with the way that things have been going.
No. I mean, I think in some ways, you might just need to simplify the game a little here as Paper X, just kind of 4-1, death ball around the map a little bit. But the way that KC is responding to everything is just so good. They give so much credit for these players and the coaches. They are very well prepared. I mean, they knew the action was going to be picked. If they left it open. So, again, Paper X has been on quite the streak on this map. Literally, there'll be a ton on it to open up the Masters London final. Just beat Vitality yesterday on it. Here today, we see this saying out. We've got this figured out. We know how to shut it down. Sure, except for Jane with the bandit. Let's get hit by that's a trail there.
Okay. They'll throw a shot just from Maine. Lost eye. Eliminated. The field was there, but I can't really play it. Lockdown out. Placed. Then underpass. Open allowed to escape. Jalen was coming away with that elimination. Now suddenly, this is doing a damn good thrifty here. Paper X is certainly his weapons into their hands. Before. Everybody's own devices to try to stop this from going up with this to be a huge shootout for Paper X. It's very necessary after winning the second time out.
Already getting a 5 on the defender side. That's brutal. I mean, this is already a win in this half for KC. Every other round they can get here is gravy. All the pressure is on Paper X. If you clean the rest of the way through. Yeah.
That's about as good as it could be for Paper X to try to get themselves back into this attacker's side. KC, which we said, still not quite sweating. It's still a very comfortable position. Can they stop momentum build up? Is the question now.
And this time, Paper X goes for that crunch on both sides of the map. And I'm looking for the A-hit challenge offense here.
Trying to get this order with his hands and Jake gives him a showstopper.
Yeah, he's been on guard duty. He has the nightfall as well. I don't imagine he's going to want to rip it just to slow him down here. Now he knows where they're at. Now he can use it to counteract them because look, you've got to get some here. You've got the cycle util.
He's going to have to be careful. I mean, he's still playing quite far. He's still able to finally kill something we won't be able to snap him back with the ultimate. Look at himself. It's a very open play. This is incredibly risky. He's not coming in. This one got sent up. Always going to be sent down early. Not using this to the post play, trying to stop. And this swing to push forward. Oral swing is well, but he can get paper rights. Oh, this one getting far too early. So seeing the body, now gone. Oh, the other way.
Absolutely. This is beautifully thought out by KC. Again, they're so quick to react. But one of the things that's been really impressive today overall is the way that Narrate has been able to absorb Jim's showstoppers. We saw it with the Chamber on Sunset many times where he's the one there and then Rendezvous out. This time he has the run back. He doesn't even get hit by it. Just blows right by it. Jim just off balance with it.
What an inversion from what we had just seen. A gorgeous 51 all committed. They can get the showstopper rolling, done it over, it's like everything invested, and they can't get the round over the line.
Oh, it's a huge nightfall as well for Montes. 3 players on paper racks. Nullified any of their ability to get in decent positions. Now Narrate tucked around the box. Just going to bypass it. Let's see how quick he wants to be. Challenge something. He wins.
Something now dead. He's still on this approach. Flash there, right, setting up the line, trying to get himself covered, ends up rebound with the ball, but it might not matter at all. Still gets forsaken. King dead, Narrate recovering, finding Envy. Gets a 3K in the vice position, absolutely down. Find one, but nothing more. The best the paper rights can do is stop and get a flawless KC. Already guaranteed to lead the half.
They just got so many plans here. Every time Paper X tries something, they're winning a bunch of the 1v1s. Narrate, another huge one. Instantly delete something. Means your smokes are gone. Means this becomes way more challenging. Try to fight their way through, but KC has been reacting so quickly. Whatever Paper X tries to accomplish. Gets even the judge here. Plenty of money and has some kind of trickery up his sleeve.
Shot, not quite to connect, but he gets him just ready and waiting. He hears the player below him. He doesn't want to pull the trigger. Decides to just back off for now. Some space taken, but still real close to getting the lane forward into the side. Meanwhile, Karmine, but they are on this north side approach. Him coming down to get a sense of this as Paper X. Meanwhile, the line trying to beckon them back over to the A second has been evacuated.
Took a while, but I think Paper X has now kind of figured out what the real sort of game plan was here for KC, and that's just swarm off of contact. Forsaken, he'll be able to get his ult here, assuming he can get the plant out. Also, 9 and Abba is not too far away, but having to check so many angles, so many corners here is Paper X.
And the longer they take, the more obvious this becomes. Meanwhile, something is going to be found. The right just push down through the underpass. Simplify that kill. On top over the top. Not going to give you a reveal. Right now, we're playing the secrets sent immediately by Forsaken. The flash over the top, trying to go for a timing shot. Alves over the forward. Meanwhile, Forsaken has the back a couple of ways. Running back is going to be called in. And he's still on this approach from behind. Intercept. Eliminated. Forsaken forces the open. Find that volley. On the top. Yes! He took those down. He's back into a 2v2. Don't blow it away. Oh! Holy flash. Oh! And that is going to be the right with the 4K. But refuse to come in. And Karmine Corp will make this 8-4 at the half.
This is feeling pretty darn comfy for Narrate and Karmine Corp. That was an incredible round from him. He really found a ton of value with that Phoenix as it went along. So many ults that he's able to run together. Able to absorb so much pressure from Paper X. What looked like maybe it was going to be a pretty clean start for Paper X quickly crumbled. Karmine Corp is just feasting.
Sugetsu, the right in particular. A massive half of both of these players. And that's going to continue as they move over to the attack. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident about seeing these squads go over to Lotus. The third and final map to determine it all, see who is going to be going home and who gets to stick around. Going against the loser of the other ongoing series. I'm telling you, NRG fighting tooth and nail at the moment on their third and final map.
I just love the game theory here, love the individual play from Karmine Corp. Sugetsu, absolutely just so annoying. Toss 9 was really timely. A lot of his utility. Eric, so good with that feed. It's starting to cause a lot of problems with those A-side post plants. Just about everything Big Rex tried. Warning.
And there's no further help. Both timeouts committed. This has to be on the players after this break. Back enough violence. Force the timeout out of Casey. That's the only way that Alex is going to be able to communicate after this one.
Yeah, for sure. Paper Rex got to have maybe the best defender side of the fracture you've had ever. Roll this back. Certainly they can be good on that side of the map. They do generally play it very well. They do generally play it more like an attacker side. So it can be a little tricky to go up against them, but just felt a little bit shaken there. Everything looked a little bit crisp, clean. No Karmine Corp. Every department for Rex, not so much. It looked a little off balance, a little discombobulated. Big time with Big Rex can get this. Yeah, there's definitely a shot, there's definitely a hope. Karmine Corp gets it. He does such a massive time. So, we're going to stack 4. Let's towards the north side of the map. We're looking to use a little bit of contact for a breach stun, but everybody on Karmine Corp was just on the south side. So.
Basically full gamble on the side of the map. We're still just going to be shifting over. Would be the next closest player.
Could be a pivot off the clear the string. Let's see. It's kind of going to come down to timing.
Oh, this is damage. How many damage is going to be found? Oh, I see. Come up over the top to get to. Nothing able to spot him. We'll get some damage across, but cannot find that kill. Swinging down across 9. Taking out the first one. Eliminating the bot. Stands in around these shots. The second one. The second remainder. Alex is going to be taken down. Players. With 30 help with the Bells value, only one full HP. Was a man to get a spot. That gap down to 3 rounds.
Yeah, let's see that game here from Paper Rex. You know, Campbell stack both sides of the map. Just on the other direction. They're able to be a little patient behind that trip. Ending with a huge fight there against Getsu. Keeps the flanks clear. That allows them to keep their eyes forward. A little bit of trickery attempted by Gauss 9. Dealt with. Cleaned up. Paper Rex fans. The end of their seats, but feels a little bit better for that. Look at this vibe. This has bonus conversion written all over the Paper Rex. If they can get this round to go.
Well, that's exactly what they want. Something that already in the back, but not overstep. Just have some healing come through. Blaze ball's going to be sent over to main. Levin getting tagged off screen as well. As Evans was supposed to score, might not be dead. Oh, yeah, shot into the thigh. Fall down to 35 HP. Something hoping that he comes his way to collect that elimination. Looking trying to get that old strike online quickly. We'll find that kill. Looks for another shot. Already that many on the floor. Snatched up, the sucker to be taken. It's not only this is decent position for Karmine to try to win out. We have 2 players very low on health. Planting the after shot, we've got to push it over the sheriff shot. Stranded. That's the reaction time. Make this an 8-6 scoreline.
That's gigantic that Paper Rex is able to recover this because There was a moment here, Casey being really patient, really tricky. I Sugetsu doesn't reveal his presence there. I think he's got at least one more kill. He pops that camera and goes for the play. Still, I like the idea from KC. Bouncing across the map a little bit. Paper X wants to keep pushing because they think that maybe A had been left open to just find a cipher there. Usually that player, again, often going to be on their own, so you're trying to capitalize on that advantage. Trying to get the quicker rotates, but turned out KC was already rotating off the back of it. He's so close to the front of it for so long. Here you go. Guardians from rifles marshal for something. Slowed down by KC.
Ball line out. Oh, the players going to continue to go to the flash, connecting over seconds, and that's how just two players outstanding. With the marshal, the ground out, the scout. That's that sheriff. And sprays through the box. Does he send it to the 1v1? The curveball out. Immense amount of damage to Karmine. Tagged at 21. We should have this done and dusted. It has to be a quick, crisp, and clean headshot from Karmine to try to take this one. The Ray gets himself a 4K clutch to deny the post conversion, but it's an immense amount of damage still done by Paper X.
Just incredible today. Not sure if Karmine made some noise there, and he was able to time that curveball. Looked like maybe there was a shout here for a moment. Paper X trying to set that crunch from sewers, but he did. And this almost was his, but he went through the box. Nice. 4K again for the rate.
29-2.
He is fried.
Well, I'm front here at the top of the lobby. We'll strike this online. Not back. We need to be committed here. As Oracle's going to be called in, anticipating that this player over the top, let him have just enough space to tuck away before taking damage. So in the end, that pull of the trigger is not going to reward as much as they think. Blackos aren't there. So for this round.
Just a very Paper X round here. Just throw everything into the blender. Hope it comes out okay. It does. Let's rely on those players. Ching, it's up close and personal. Favoring the Phantom today. It's the perfect gun in that scenario.
That's who's going to go.
Outlaw.
Yeah.
2 players, 1 shot to it. Outlaw for Forsaken, 2 though. That's the player you would normally expect to have the Outlaw, Paper X. He's one tapped him and he's like, whoops, I need help.
Yeah, that's the back of the way now. Here's the boom button well on that dish side.
Taken trying to get in a position to punish Sugetsu. Has to be concerned about some of that cycle utility potentially being there.
I'm going to push it back with this presence from Jing. And it has been completely isolated. Meanwhile, turn up there, take contact from Tower. Vine sliding back in here at Canteen.
Eric's trying to sell fake. Paper X isn't buying.
Well, especially not after that chicken peek. Ball down over the top. Oh, yeah, he's there. Vine has to back him away. He thought he was going to be safe in that position. He still finds a good amount of damage. Now his tag down to 2. Meanwhile, Forsaken. Re-sweat. People denying the potential for an ace here in this round. He was just the ring with the sheriff in hand. Paper X looking to make this a flawless as they will get within a 1 round of tying things up.
Guns available over here.
Still doesn't need to get over with just yet. Just got to be called.
the troops there too. Some cries from one of the leaders of the team. I'll say him and July pretty equally share the role, it feels like most days. Oof. Fantastic. But the patience there, and the fact that something doesn't get tagged by that outlaw, really huge in the way that Paper X is then able to make some really nice investments in that round to flush Sugetsu into that first kill, to take the danger, the big danger weapon out of that round. And then from there, just hold the line. So that's going to give you a little bit of breathing room. You're going to have some ults for Paper X. And that's why KC wants to take a timeout.
Not to see one go back, but the elbow is still in the heads of Paper Rex, but they continue to get value off that once again. So at least it's not going to be able to go for a full util, full armor buy. Unless he wants to lean back on something like the Bulldog or Guardian.
Yeah, I think Paper Rex might have bought anyway. Like right before the timeout was called, I saw somebody spend a bunch of cash. So they might have dropped it. But yes, it was still in Forsaken's hands, so they very well could have kept it if they wanted to try and make that work, throw it over to maybe something or to buy, you never know. Forsaken has the Seekers off of that round, so he's feeling pretty good. I think they were one away from it. Yes. Meanwhile, KC is everything. You basically have everything since you guys was one away from the girl then.
Oh my God. Play camera spot out goes out. You can see that. Casual fadeaway shot. The Brewers immediately gets back. Orbital strike down no longer a concern. Right to the leg. Showstopper out the bottom. Scout. That's going to be hit to right. Showstopper connects that speed. Swinging though, she's shut down on the ultimate for now. So get to a good spot here. He's hit for he's able to find that kill. Love it. Trading it back. Keeps it at a 3v3. Head show and forcing the away. So now opened up at 11. Trying to take the fight forward into the spawn. Cannot find the contact he was looking for. Pass the back away. Unsmoke remaining here for something. Now this jiggling on this ankle. The Molly, given a consideration for now, is the guiding light. Step forward, looking to try to find this kill. Swings out a little bit wider, but he's not ready for it now suddenly. KC in with the advantage. Good clear on that on, Levin still on ditch, the time bleeding away. Swing out, KC. It's going to be out, but it's cleaning up the bottom 2 kills. They will hit double digits. Paper Rex now trailing by 2 again.
Yeah, and again, it's a huge round for Ray. He has been so instrumental, and he keeps that extra angle on lockdown. Wins the 1v1 against Forsaken there. Well, hot start. And Divine trying to cheat, trying to see if he can get away with being undetected right around that corner, so he can get an early punish on the execute. But the Prowler connects, and he's just dead to right. So good diligence being shown by Karmine Corp. You did get a couple outs out of Karmine Corp.
That's a hell of a lot of unhealable damage. Suffered by Forsaken. Quickly has to give the space. The turret cleared it out. He's buying some time. He's made up. Let's get chucked in. Triple approach on the right side of the hole. Cutter's going to be called in now. He's got to trying to hold the line here on the site. Hits up on the right side. Now they're going to be called in. Outside's going to be down. He's able to find that kill. Brings it down into a 3v2. Spike in hand for 11 the plant to go in. Gilby taking over across towards that south side, joined in by Jing, but this is going to be critical time. Ball in the post plant for KC.
Cam is still there.
We saw a lot, I'm sure we saw the second, so even if he wins the fight, he's going to be for Jing. Clean him up very quickly. Now it's just 11. It's trailing by 1 behind KC.
This is just wild scenes in this round. I mean, it's one of those rounds where every moment it just can change at the drop of a pin. You know, you feel like that rolling thunder misses. It gives away the script on Paper X trying to make this long flank, and they only send Narrate over to deal with it. He faces a firing squad Even though the curveball might connect on to one or two, it can't connect on all three. The danger man out and around. That's the paper Rex. Able to do what they need to. Jing's going to have the showstopper to buy one away from a lockdown. Now you're out of the alt cycle for KC. You got one out of it. For Rex. Sagan could have challenged the angle just a little bit, but doesn't feel comfortable, and I can't blame him. Even though it is a weaker buy. Getsu again has that outlaw. Jing, the only one tap to it. I don't think no scenario is there. Ask for Forsaken to maybe come help.
Oh, wow. What a shot. One base for 11. Absolutely destroyed. Push that ball collapse in onto the end, and the Brimstone does 9. It's limited here. Eliminate, deny any value from that showstopper. Just one side smoke, keeping them contained. Nice. It's expanded with 3 meters. Once again, so player advantage going to be established. However, at the ready. Pushes the door, finds the line. Could be to the heels to be coming through. His ending will have to come.
Oh my gosh.
Monsters 4K. KC again just do not allow the to tie this up.
No, they're just too sharp. This tournament's 11th time to shine. This shot initially absolutely ridiculous. It takes something out of the equation. Then there's a hope here for Paper Rex. They've got numbers advantage, but the timing divide just not even really considering that he could have been there already. Gets caught looking the wrong way, and Levin's in a much more prime position to take that fight.
Jumps out on me, even he set up the rim, Levin looking for target around Sands. Jing however, early lurking, but does get punished, doesn't pull the trigger fast enough, and Dawson is able to find him. Minor damage going to be suffered. So he chaotic now as players get lost within the smokes and the flashes. Paint shell will be locked in, trying to desperately clear out this lockdown, and there it is. His ass being on top just to ensure that it cannot survive. He goes stays alive despite the cage being in his There's something now would have to get the ace clutch to stop them from advancing up to that point. The king of the money, the lack thereof. No other choice but to simply back away, try to play for overtime. This vandal has to be retained. KC, 12-9, Lotus, just there on the horizon.
This is so incredible. What a couple rounds here from KC. They're right back in the driver's seat. So many moments where they have just been sharper. And now 3 in a row required here just to take it to OT for Paper Rex. Should be rather difficult given the economic situation we just saw. The players on 0. So going forward, it is going to be very precarious with the bye. Wall Street bonus gives you a little bit of an extra boost, but it's not great.
That's not enough. Spectre, Guardian, Sheriff, Stinger, Bombers. Very commonplace here. Forsaken, forced away. But they stay alive for now. For how long is the question? Flash forward into the right space. Sometimes they want back. Ready to expire. This is long for you to tower limit. And that should just be it. As the limit is tapping the limit from limit. Another paint shell. Jump forward. It's keeping them zoned away. Limit on the hunt. Here's the buy on the retreat. He tries to reroute the join in. And while Ace might not be on the card for victory, he absolutely is. King, number 8 to the tail, 13-9, KC, in flawless fashion, and pushes the distance.
Finally, somebody that stopped Paper X's reign of terror on Fracture this year, and it's Karmine Corp. The unexpected heroes going to force that final map, and just from start to finish had great reads. Really understood how to work the map, how to keep Paper X pinned in. Won a bunch of crucial 1v1s, daring 11, the double duelists, beyond brilliant. That combination that they were able to string together there, I mean, Rick so solid in the middle of that, 11 at the end, really shut that out.
An incredible performance from them. Let's go ahead and send things back over to Deacon for big time. I think Kuda is going to be feeling very smart.
Thank you very much, guys. Yes, it is Karmine Corp doing what most people thought wasn't possible on Paper X's signature map pick of Fracture. They come up 13-9 and now put Paper X on the brink of elimination. Almost pull them back down with Karmine Corp, and it's one map separating these two squads for the rest of their EWC lives. Let's welcome back the desk, Kakuka and Big Time. Try it, Kakuka.
Stop it. Stop it! The thing about this is, what's the matter? Coming out of nowhere when I say Paper X are an amazing Fracture team. Their record since they entered this comp has been immaculate. They've dropped it once, maybe twice, I think, but that's it. They've been so flawless. So when I'm saying this is a big go for Casey McFly, I mean it. But you have to give the credit to the guys. You have to hold my hands up and go, I was wrong. Casey bested them on Fracture. It was a thoroughly deserved victory. You can now blow away, please.
I love that. Thank you very much for admitting what just happened. Honestly, when I first saw this and I saw that Paper X was picking Fracture, I was like, oh, you really care about staying in the event and going the distance? Maybe even as a response to being the Suns, to be like, oh, we're going to be cheeky like this? I'm just going to, could I go out of the map? But we're good, we're comfortable here, and we know we can take you down. And luckily, KC came out on the top. The individuals were so well drilled. 11 coming live in the second half. In the first half, I was thinking to myself, if 11 keeps playing like this, I don't feel that it can make enough space, put enough pressure. I think we're expecting setting this space out. And many of the guys we have that KC made a lot of mistakes. Do not get me wrong, but they also had absolutely brilliant rounds. I also wanted to see how people to get in. I feel like on the first half, I did better. I want this game to have tournament. Is there a rate that they have in 2024?
For sure. He's the one for me on this Phoenix. I feel like he took the game to Paper X. It felt like every time I looked, he had that running back available. He's chaining them. He's really showing the power of Phoenix on this map, which is something Paper X choose to neglect. They go for more traditional double initiator style, but it didn't feel like they were able to dominate the map in the same way. The defensive pushes often dealt with. Casey so well prepared here and very, very deserving of this not win.
All the utility as well, the work that Alice is doing today, but I love that you highlight the importance of the Phoenix. Because on the other side, you have Jin, right? And I love to see that every single time that he had that Raid had that ultimate available, and even the showstopper going out, he did not doubt and tried to shut down King. Worst case scenario, ult for ult, and that is the perfect outcome that you want, especially when your ult is only six awards.
23-13, 307 ACS. Narrate definitely popped off right here.
The best part.
What's the best part?
We're going to go to the third map. Vitality has just bested NRG and they have made it out of the group already. And wouldn't it just be a beautiful day to follow up? On day one for this team, for this group starter, we have Vitality versus KC. And wouldn't it be lovely to just have all of the French teams making it through today?
We got the replay happening right now, but you can't see Big Time's face.
Yeah, it could be a great day for France. Could be a great day for France. A terrible day for me, which is more important, some might say. So, I think the scary thing is when we're moving through to London, this is also about paper X, I think, historically good on, but that doesn't seem to matter. No one seems to care. And also, recently, it's been quite the opposite.
Yeah, it felt like there were multiple rounds here, especially in the second half, where Paper X were just taking peak battles that they didn't need to take after getting opening kills, maybe a little bit of disrespect, but also it's kind of how they play, right? They play on that edge, but the edge did not go their way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to take anything away from the win for KC. I think they earned it and they played brilliantly, but I will say this was an underperformance from Paper X. I don't think for Paper X. I don't think the fundamentals were anywhere near as solid as what we're used to seeing. I don't think their aim was as consistent as we're used to seeing, which was something up and down the model and scoreboard for a long time, which isn't something that we're used to. But they have no more lifelines left now. They have to turn it around. They are on the brink of elimination from EWC here. One month away from being sent home in the group stage.
I want to double down on Levin. When I was having that interview with Alex during the media day, I was asking him, hey, how is Levin doing? Because again, it hasn't been easy for him. A lot of ups and downs depending on the duels that he has been playing. And what he told me is that he does not care what other people say and what other people think. He just needs Casey to be on his back. And that is all that he needs. He proved it today. I wouldn't be able to do that, I can tell you.
Well, the guys are in the back, getting those seat spots, and they're turning up lights a little bit off the line. Moving up to battle number 3, don't go anywhere. You're watching EWC 126.
City being able to supercharge it. Getting a city powered by play.
A full 6-game day here for Valorant as we welcome you back to EWC 2026. This final series will go all 3 maps, Paper Rex and KC, fighting for the tournament lives and for their share of the $2 million prize pool. And surprisingly, one of these teams will be going on.
Yeah, Levin will be going on. As I said, for KC, a very short flight. But with the form that they are showing today, the resilience that they're putting into every single round, they managed to take us to this map number 3 for Paper X. Lotus is for them to lose. It has not been a good enough for KC all year around. I believe they've only won once. So for Paper X, and of course, we talk about, we think about experience, it's not even a favorite product.
I mean, historically, Lotus. It's actually, yeah, I mean, Lotus has always been with What scares me is that the story that we're setting up is very similar to what you said before fracture. Oh, it's not the it's been very for a second. Look just happened.
But the real thing we did set out is that it doesn't, the history doesn't matter. The thing about it is who was in At the same time, you mentioned the match that they played against NRG. For something that was good, I have never in my life seen that conversation. So it's scary, but you know,
Yeah, you know, as you said earlier, it's one of the best game that last one. Maybe that's a really good setup here at Paper Route.
I mean, that could be what happens when you play Brutes. I don't know. I was surprised I got my cousin was winning. It's not really. It is.
One of the analysts here on the desk didn't support the Cup, and the casters also were trying to throw shade at them. I wonder who that could have been.
Everybody's just gonna put it on the rock and instructions coming out of the map, but you know, maybe not just this is turning tournament, we are going to have it. And it's not just big legs, it's available for absolutely everybody. Definitely an asset to use. We'll speak about the mental coming into this for Paper Rex is all about bouncing back, just putting the pressure behind them and focusing on Lotus. You see, we don't expect a lot of changes. So it's mostly about the vibes and about being able to play for yourself. I think the KC are doing a very good job. And having an echo for that, for some reason, Paper Rex, even Paper Rex, are not used to be.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, this is a story of pressure now. Everybody knows Paper Rex are the favourites. And like that got took up a little bit in the map to like really have to close this out to keep everybody's expectations very much aligned. Will we see that? I think for Casey, we heard Alice talking. He said, if we make it out of this group, we will win the whole tournament. They're one map away from eliminating arguably the favourites for the tournament, progressing through this bracket and giving them the best chance to ultimately lift this bracket.
Yeah, as you can see on your screen, the chance had been done by KC. Just taking it out real quiet, real smooth, real focused. However, it is 1-1. And it doesn't matter, you can't run from what fate is going to bring in this one. You get into it.
Yes, so taking a look for Paper Rex, this is the comp that we've seen them use time and time again, but I will say there was a difference. When they started playing against NRG, they had that fade instead of the sky. They swapped back to that sky now, so clearly feeling like something didn't work previously in that NRG game.
I mean, with all the walls also knowing that KC is going to be playing most likely with that Viper once he gets it. If you add on to 11, having this guy actually gives you a lot of tools. The ultimate becomes more strong. The dog, of course, is incredibly strong. I think that every single piece is going to bring so much value. At this moment in time, I am looking at, I will say that my favorite player in Paper Rex is something. I need him to get out that operator and start shutting them down. I need some form of control over narrating them.
Yeah, I mean, I think with the way that Narrator has been playing, the operator tool here between him and something could be absolutely tournament deciding.
Rex lover here. It's now how you feel at home. If you're a Paper Rex lover, if you're a Karmine Corp lover, this is why we watch EWC. The tournament is so grueling and so crushing. Despite the favorites coming on into it, Karmine Corp has turned on up, and Paper Rex
Oh, Lavin. Stick shot there. There's that timeout. Because things already absolutely crumbling, and you're not even into something's blade storm yet. Going in around 6. So we don't have that to rely on here in this equal. We tried to show stuff up 10. Jim just hasn't been himself. I mean, again, we give a lot of credit to narrate with the way he's been playing. The chamber of the Phoenix to absorb it, but this round here, you know that Doss 9 is there, they just can't get it to go. Little things make those rounds spiral out of control quickly. This KC definitely sets the weakness in Paper X right now. They're going to pounce on every opportunity.
It's a whole lot of nothing. Something in the class, just gonna try to put it to the sword, so made out, there's some space, out, so gets from scaling. The blade storm online. So far, the players are working out, which becomes can you now get value off of this ultimate? Can you find it thrifty? KC already getting up to 6.
That's smoke.
Which is that sense?
Yeah, absolutely. But that smoke right there is, they know right away. Nope. Paper X is gearing up for a fight.
Somebody line up, should have done the shoulder spot as well. It's already known for now. So it's a kill found, but not under recovered. While another TP. Forward over the Cyclops line, spreading things out. That will be held back for the moment. The device wall. Line. First one on the scene, something ready to tap the score.
We're really going to try to spread. Really Corp thin. Needing for the reinforcements. They've got him boxed in on the site. A lot of flashes to work with here.
Both sides position for now. Something. Gotta work his way. Out on the mountains, able to do so now. Joining in alongside two of his teammates. So far, players strong. James advantage, grab that ball. He's going to be first ball for right to find one. The sheriff shot takes down 11 by. He can be the
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a little bit of, hey, let's make sure we're not going to lift that A-level fight too easily early in the round. It's caused some problems where players have been able to gain space either toward Rebel or towards that A-orb. It caused a lot of players to go down early for Paper X this time. They fight for it, and it has a double effect of getting the Blade Storm into something's hands. He's able to make damn good use of it. That is huge project for Paper X. Going to scoop up that operator. A couple ults there. Fortified Indy, the narrator ult. And have that tour de force to challenge.
Now watching. Wherever be made, don't clear his skill space. Up outside of A main, finds and gets it. Potential flanker. They're not going to be dealt with. Of course, still have no rain as a concern. It's going to be a very fast push forward onto the C site. You see position. Try and get this spike planted from now. The Rex are very close by. George at the ready. Showing the shoulder. Now the equation is still going to look invested. Great calls for the rotations. And then no, A is pretty much wide open. It's going to get on a damn deep angle.
Nobody's going to be able to carry that over necessarily. Should be the money to buy if you win cleanly.
This is super. Those guys are still forced to Flash fully will connect, but there's no fast scale to be found. We'll try to buy that punish, so he's able to just backpedal away. Still a difficult position to try to rotate from. KC, they take the up out of their hands, they take their home, they shatter it again.
They're just making some something that I've been thinking about. A lot of teams, with the success they're able to find against Paper X, kind of goes back to Leoton and what they're able to do. And that's, if you identify where that operator is early for Paper X, just put pressure on him. Because he's often alone. Something is often on his own with that operator, so you can make him really uncomfortable, and they do just that. And he has enough for another one. That means Envy isn't going to be able to gun Jake Miller or Guardian. This has to find value for Paper X.
Trying to determine which angle he wants to check for. Go forward now, they ready to come in, and they're ready to play.
Nice.
Finally come balls out, put back some of that pressure, making sure that he goes over for free. Something a shot to the rear, that's the night call. Complete reposition. Spike's still going to be held back over by Trey. Has to recap the door, trying to bring this one forward. The right into the shot that was dead. Mark out the long ground, Dust Nine going to be taken down to Sugetsu in 1v4. The pass gets through. Like you said, they needed that one to go around, and it has.
Yeah, and I think I saw a side relief there from Sage, and after that one was done, it was still, it doesn't feel comfortable with the way Karmine Corp is playing right now. Nice little setup there to deal with Gary, get his operator out of the round. I mean, Dust 9 as well has picked up the pace here on Lotus, so Karmine Corp has had a couple different players step up to the plate today. Saw 11 on Fracture, we've seen Eric the whole day, now it's Dust 9's turn. See what they can do.
Three players in Brazil. Not all the outside. Three players with that armor. Moving. With his canvas to keep something alive. And just to find outside. He'll be able to survive with 24 health. Good shot on that jump peak. Nobody will go forward. Something cannot escape this time around. So gets it. He'll find that kill. Now the pin immediately going to be invested. The plant just below. The boss guy is going to be out of this straight. He's going to find the first. He's now on towards right at the points in the right. In the middle, it's just going to be the two players here within this pick now. Third place for the scout. 11 shuts down King. Suddenly now 3v3 for second. Right now, we're looking to the time. Widely is gone. Get onto the spike. Pretty much right here, right now. Finds the head shot. Pass the note, this round is over. Well, be collected of each other the way 11 can't try to really save this one here for his teammates. He will go down the spike. But it's KC up 7-2.
I mean, they just, again, they do the same thing. Once they know where that op is, they put pressure. Paper X kind of, I think, incorrectly, obviously incorrectly, assumes that KC is going to pivot into B through the baby door, but they never do. They're just like, we lit up that operator. He's in dire straits. We've got a pit. We get that down. We've got the A site pretty well defended. And then Lemon goes to town. Beautiful, beautiful stuff from him. Paper X players just making some individual mistakes along the way.
It's up and over here, Jake. This gets is going to be widely boxed into this corner. There are more players coming into the
That's a backbreaker.
Memories. Orban's long since passed. Copenhagen at final. Resonated in the minds of Paper X's Sugetsu. Absolutely destroys them. Dust 9. Finds Forsaken. And Indy. Oh, he can hear him, but he can't do anything to stop him. Sugetsu gets the third. 8th round for Karmine Corp. Here, Alex. Do you call it? You send the other time out. So you might just have to. This is a flawless round win.
And we talked about it a bit this year where, believe it or not, Paper X usually is really sturdy on the defender side of Lotus. It is often where they are a little more efficient in their round conversion rate, but then, this streak they've had on Lotus, they just can't seem to get these wins. They seem to be completely befuddled, and so they try to make a little bit of a change, go to the fade. That didn't really work at all, so back to the sky, and now it just seems like nothing is there for Paper Rex. A lot of the decisions they make are just being outplayed by KC, outread. I mean, even if that flash connects on as you get to, and maybe you get him there, it's right around that corner. He's probably taking at least one with him, so it's at best a trade. I mean, Paper Rex wants to try to play their game, wants to be aggressive, wants to turn up that tempo. KC is so aware, so ready, and all the players are so locked in. I mean, everything seems to just fall underneath their scopes, underneath their crosshairs, because they are so tuned into this game.
Glass cannon out there to try to keep this one play for something.
Showstopper again. This time they're trying to be a little bit cheeky with it. Going to play off a little bit of contact in order to be. Put the ice way far forward here and see. That looks like to try to force them over into the showstopper maybe. But they've been given so much space over at A. It was G, then going to have that plan to pivot over. He's going to be able to get value.
So guys are just playing that quietly. Let that fire. This swings an angle. Moves on his life, so pretty cool. Really kill here for Paper Rex. Flash, hit against the wall, so gets it. We'll be able to find the one, and then get traded out. As a showstopper.
There we go.
Slowly push into B. That's towards a backstab angle to take out something. If he continues on this path, oh Lord, it looks like he's going to it. Look out towards upper.
That's what it
Players literally missing each other for pixels.
And they're just willing to explore the map.
John, backpedaling, mistaken, considering that TP forward. Sinking still, containing still, low on HP. The rebound from something to go find the one. Second, jumps takes it to 50.
Let's go!
I mean, you can just see the confidence from KC. They know they can just hold that angle. Paper X is trying to use some of those jump peaks to see if they can get him to pull the trigger maybe a little bit early, but the discipline is there for KC.
Oh, yes.
I see. Almost gets it done. And Forsaken able to buy enough time for something to get into place. Has to use the blade storm even there though. Last round of the half. We have Abaz's Nightfall, Dawson Nightfall has been so impactful in a lot of these rounds to find the open space, Usher despite the open space.
Got absolutely nothing fault-wise if we Paper X.
Yeah. 11. Let's divide goes crazier into us.
Who's an opportunity?
No way.
Look at this single fire. It feels like luck is not on Paper X's side. One hell of a kill we found the operator here on the previous round, now out of the picture. Paper X with that death start killing their forces on the ace of the map. Casey go for the pivot.
Times you just gotta check everything, check every angle. Again, the homework being done, assuming that they're tucked in there. Taken's here.
Just wait for him.
Ball gonna be leading right to that ball's completely flat. Pushes out, come in. Once they're on the timing. And a lot of this pressure to be shouldered by AB. Alone on this site. As the first player 10 can now be opened up. Right quick on the scene. So gets you say still to wait here and stars. They killed him, he found him, he never looks back, he never checks that position. It is gone, and the round
they're still ahead of the curve in every respect. That is a absolute blowout. 3 players in the double digits already for Karmine Corp. No doubt they're the better team right now on this server. It's going to have to be, again, another incredible attacking side for Paper X to swing this